Hello YouTube. Good evening. This is part 4 to my beginners in witchcraft and occultism series for my advice. And as I said in the last video, I was dedicating this entire one to your path. Now, don't think that I'm talking about any specific religious system or path in particular, because I mean all of them. So you can be a Wiccan, a Luciferian, a Satanist, practitioner of Vodun, Santeria, whatever else. I don't really care. Do your thing. And all of them are great in their own rights. But this applies to all of them. So, there are 2 ways that you can go about your witchcraft, your path. You can be a solitary witch like me, or you can be more of a coven witch in a group. The solitary witch is someone that works alone. They don't always work alone because, sometimes they're comfortable with people. They have friends or family that they work with as well, which I do. I have a few. But I prefer to work alone. It's not to say I haven't tried the coven thing before, but it's not for me. And a coven is a group of witches with some sort of a structure that is going for the same goal, generally, or worshiping the same deity in the same fashion. Like-minded individuals. Different orders, different covens, all sorts of things. And I've got nothing against covens. Nothing. But I'd like to talk with you about your path. Now, this goes in both solitary and coven work. I've done both, like I said. I've experimented to figure out that the coven lifestyle does not appear to be for me for this point in my path. So, when I say I want to talk about your path, I want you to know that your path is yours. What I mean by that is no one can tell you what your path is but you. As I've said before, I think, that it is no one's business what you do in your path but yours and the spirits if you work with them. No one can tell you what you're doing. No one can tell you what to do. This is not supposed to be a by-the-book Bible construction or anything like that. And now, okay, I don't have anything against Christian witches or people who practice hoodoo out of the Bible or anything else. And that means I don't. Personally, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And I could touch on that later. It's irrelevant right now. But if it works for you, do you. Please, always do you. But don't let anybody tell you how to do your craft. Don't let anyone tell you how to do your specific path. Even if you're in a coven. If you're finding that you're in a coven and they're saying things that don't add up with you, you have all rights to leave that coven. If a coven is requiring you to do things that you don't want to do, that you don't feel comfortable with doing, don't go into that coven. Don't stay in that coven, in fact. So, I could give a couple of examples of stuff like that. I've heard stories from people. I have personal stories too. I hope I get to them, but if I don't, well, another video. Always be more. But some people will require you to have sex with the high priest or high priestess. I heard that from my business partner, that he's seen that in his time. He's older than me, so he's been in a lot of different circles. Definitely check him out. When I have the link for his channel, I will definitely put that in the description, because his channel, he's working on getting everything set up. But he's an immense amount of knowledge. He's a wealth of knowledge. Great guy, too. But he's seen stuff like that. There was a video that I saw by a lovely witch by the name of Samantha Valens here on YouTube. She has no idea who I am because I'm new, but I've watched her for quite a while, and I'll link to her channel below. If I can find the right video for that, I will link to it, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it again. So if I can, I will, but I'll definitely link her channel. So if you find this video, Samantha, hello, nice to meet you. Love your videos, and I love the looks of your Books of Shadows, by the way. I don't have the money to purchase one right now, and I make my own and everything. But I love the looks of them. Beautiful work. Anyway, but she had been talking about a time where she was experimenting with Wicca and looking at different covens. There was a coven that would worship Diana, and I will be honest with you, I don't know all that much about Diana worship, other than the fact that I've noticed a lot of it is very anti-man and very pro-feminist to the point of man-hating at times. I don't understand that personally. For me, everything is very balanced. You cannot have light without darkness. You cannot have life without man and woman. So, you need both. Takes two to tango, you know? But what she was talking about, that it was like a requirement for her to make her husband quit his job for her to be able to join. And her husband, I believe, is a cop. Therefore, a man with a position of power. I'm assuming that's why. You know, that's not going to fly. That's, no. No. If someone's telling you stuff like that, please don't listen to them. Please don't. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Okay? Please. Anything that makes you uncomfortable, or anything that your gut is telling you not to do or to be careful with, listen. Your intuition is there for a reason. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. That's huge in all of this. But another thing that I heard, I don't remember the website, but I read it a while ago, that there was a coven that was requiring you not to be able to cut your hair if you join, because you have to have long hair. I don't know what goddess they were worshiping, but I think it was another Wiccan coven. But that poses problems, both self-expression. It's very important to be able to express yourself. Now, see, I have miles of hair. My hair goes all the way down my back. That's my choice. I love having long hair. But not everybody does. And you know, if I wanted to, I could chop all this off or shave half my head or something. Who knows? But that would be my choice. Self-expression is important. But also in the workplace, the mundane world. We all have our mundane jobs or things that we need to do that involve normies or muggles, so to speak. And say you're a pagan or a witch in the military, you need to be able to have your hair in working order. Some people would like to cut it short. Other people keep it up in the bun or whatever else. But whatever's easiest for you. I did 4 years of junior ROTC in high school. I understand there are dress codes. But it's just irrational to me. And I get it that hair, some people say hair is power, and the length of your hair is a testament to your power. I don't really think that's the truth, because I know of someone that is bald and could absolutely destroy you. So that has nothing to do with anything. I will say protect your hair, though. Your hair is a very strong and potent link to you and your spirit. So protect your hair. Be careful of who gets their hands on it. Be careful who you let cut your hair. You don't want someone passing that off to someone or using that in something against you. Be careful of where you leave your imprints on this planet. You don't know who's who. But the bottom line here is that I want you to remember that your path is yours. Now, if you go into being a coven witch or whatever else, and you agree with everybody else, and maybe your coven is very equalized, and no one has any position above anyone else, or maybe you're happy with everything. Maybe it's a great group of people, because there are great groups out there. Beautiful groups. And I've seen some of the work that they do, and it's great. Because not all of them are BS. But if you find those, then yeah, if you're happy, please go ahead and do it. Please do. If that's what makes you happy. But if you're like me and you found a few that have really kind of screwed you over, and you really just kind of feel comfortable being private, or more private with your practice, then being a solitary is completely fine. And I also want to say, I'm picking on initiation, what I had said in the other videos. Some practices require that you be initiated by a group, or in a specific ceremony with all sorts of other people. That does not necessarily have to apply, depending on what you're doing. But don't let anybody tell you how to do your practice. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. And if you, okay, I'm going to try to get this really quick. 15, 16 minutes. But teaching. Teaching is a big debate in the occult community. Not just in darker practices, but in lighter practices, all of them. Some people have a vendetta against teaching. Now, I put teaching in quotes because teaching means a few different things here. Now, the teaching that means of that my way or the highway, it's my way only that is correct, and your way is wrong, or any other way is wrong, is the incorrect way to do this. If you find anybody who is telling you that, write them off. Do not listen to them. Or if you do listen to them, understand that they're full of shit. Maybe they know something or two, but they're probably full of shit. So don't take their word for it. Like I said before, there are a million ways to do something right. There are a million ways to get to the same goal. Don't let anybody tell you that your way is wrong. Because there are people out there that want to push their own agendas. And they want to do these kinds of things to make it seem like they're high and mighty, and they're the shepherd to even more sheep. Let's not do that. Let's not let them have the power. I can't stand people like that. And I've seen it happen a lot. It's bad. And that's going to tie into my own personal stories, which will be in the next video. Keep saying next video. But don't let people tell you they know everything. No one knows everything. We will always be students. I don't care what your rank is and whatever practice you are doing. You're still a student because you're going to learn things every day. And if anyone says that to you, just no. It's not right. And it's sickening. And that's how cults are started and things. People get their own little doctrines and all sorts of crap. Like, either they're doing this for their own personal gain where you have people in it for the money, people in it for the fame, the glory, the power, or the pedophilia in some cases. Others had genuine intentions, but they didn't do enough checks, and they ended up getting lied to by a lower frequency operating thing that wanted to pose as a spirit, because that's another thing that some spirits like to do. They will pose as gods, goddesses, higher frequency operating beings to get your trust, and then they will lie to you, and they will manipulate you, and then they will hurt you, possibly hurt others. It's not a fun thing. Now, that happened to me once. Well, not to me, but I was in the group. So, story time next time. Stay tuned. But I will be continuing this shortly. And I will be linking to Samantha Valens' YouTube channel If I could find the video, I will put it down there at some point. But yes, if you're watching this, again, hello. So, blessings to all, and to all a good night.